Hi, my name is Mark Polton. I'm a real estate investor in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. And I wanted to share my thoughts today on this eureka moment I had while I was at the gym yesterday. And before that, I need to kind of set it up a little bit on how I got to this eureka moment. So I've been seeing billboards. I don't have cable television. I don't have broadcast television. I don't really see many commercials. I do have an Apple TV, and every once in a while we'll see some commercials there. But honestly, the only time I'm really going to see a commercial is if I'm at the gym or, at a diner or someplace like that where the television's on some kind of cable channel. So we have these billboards, and I started noticing, I think what it was called HomePad, where you can log on to the website, give some details, and they'll give you a cash offer on your home. It's going to be a lowball offer, but it's one of those things where, hey, I'll give you a cash offer, probably contingent on an inspection, and we can close in 7 days. Very powerful, very nice. And if you had something like that in 09, 010, if you had something, I guess it was 010, in 09, 10, or 11, you probably could have done really, really well. I don't think anybody had come up with that idea. I am listening to some podcasts, seeing some interviews on YouTube of people who are combining brokerage firms with, this type of business model to be a full service, being that we can list your A-class property, full mint condition, rehab, move-in ready property on the MLS, or, we can give you a low-ball cash offer on your piece of crap home that you inherited from your third uncle twice removed, something like that, that's full of dogs and cats and, mice and fleas. So another one is Mark Spain. I think he's one of those people. I've heard him advertised on the radio, which is expensive, but I was in between sets yesterday at the gym watching ESPN. Hate ESPN. I won't have cable simply because I will not pay them $7 to $14 a month. Despise the channel. But a third company, and I'm sure there's more, was advertising on there where, you can get 3 cash offers within 24 hours, and then, you can have your closing in 7 days. So my wholesalers are basically out of homes. Yeah, they got some, but I'm not getting a whole ton of emails or calls. The main wholesaler that I work with, I haven't heard from him in forever. But flips are down. I follow a lot of trends and news, and I'm going to do a video on the different channels that I follow, and why. But flips are down. There's Chinese economy is down. They're actually selling homes in California. Chinese people who had them because they need to bring money back. Italy right now is looking like they may actually default on their debt. There's just a lot of uncertainty, and I think there's turmoil. The U.S. economy is doing well, but the underlying fundamentals seem to be bad. There's not very many other economies that are doing well, and that's probably why the U.S. is. So I see these as leading indicators of, a crash, a correction, a down market, whatever you want to call it. But, where are these people getting enough deals to advertise on ESPN? I don't see that happening. Granted, I'm sure they have some seed capital, but, their investors are expecting to get money back. So I assume these are smart people. Could be dumb, but I'd like to figure out who's behind them so I can have a better understanding of who's gambling on this. But I think that these different websites that are, certainly the one that's advertising on ESPN, is got good information, good knowledge, and is of the belief that I am that something big is going to happen soon, and they're positioning themselves now to be able to take advantage of it, get their brand name out there, get the idea of, hey, if my company does, lays off. Speaking of layoff, I'm going to go on a tangent. All the mortgage companies are laying off people. I mean, if there's all this great market going on, why are mortgage companies laying off people? And they're laying off like hundreds of people. Well, that's probably because everybody who's going to refinance has refinanced. I think that there's definitely indications of slowdowns. So, to get back to the topic, we have lots of money to advertise on radio, billboards not so much, and obviously TV. I think that they're doing it because they're of the opinion, and they probably have better numbers, and they probably have better insight, better statistics than I do, that there's going to be a huge correction. People are going to be laid off. People are going to be hurt, and they're going to need to get out from underneath their home. I don't know. These are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave, are my leading indicators wrong? Am I paranoid? Am I, a doomsdayer kind of guy? Or do you think that I'm correct? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Love to hear what you have to say. My wife and I, we are preparing. Our number one goal this year is to service about $70,000 to $80,000 worth of debt. That'll put us in a good position should we have to evict 2, 3, 4 people because they've lost their job and they can no longer pay the rent. We'll be able to survive that. I don't want to be one of those guys like in 09, and 10 who one day had a portfolio of 40 homes and lived in a mansion, and then 2 weeks later they were all gone and the mansion's gone too and they're living in their mom's basement. So anyways, these are my thoughts. I wish you success.